What's up, everybody? It's your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog. I came to bring you guys a live panel on a Sunday. Well, actually Wednesday. Sorry, my days are off. So it's Wednesday. It's Trucking Wednesday. And so hopefully you guys will be putting your comments over to the right in the chat, and we'll be answering a lot of those. Kicking the show off, we have Mr. Kenneth Mukes of BST Investments, also of New Gold Transit. To our far right, we have Express Amber. And Amber, if you can kick it off by introducing yourself to the audience, that help, and then we'll hit it back to Kenny.
Sure, yeah. So I'm Amber from Express Truck Tax, and what we do is we help with the paperwork side of the truck industry. So our bread and butter is the Form 2290, which is due in just about, 10 days, August 31st, for the 2020 tax year. So we've developed a super easy system, e-file providing online, so that you don't have to take days off or go to the IRS office. Those aren't even open anymore because of COVID. So you can log on to expresstrucktax.com and file your 2290 in less than 5 minutes with a US-based company. So that's a little bit about who I am. Thanks so much for having me on.
For sure. So, Kenny, go ahead.
How you guys doing out there? I'm Kenneth Mukes of BST Investments and New Gold Transit, man. Got into real estate in 2018 and got into trucking in 2019, and everything has been great. It has its challenges, but definitely excited about this year.
Good. And as you guys know, I've been doing YouTube for multiple years, six-figure YouTuber, put together an investment club, and we purchased 12 trucks. I have several JB positions. That means JB means junior deal, means me and one other person own that truck. Right now, we're doing some transitioning here as I purchased 18 acres out in Gerald, Texas, for Texas Ground Zero. But I think it's important for you guys to understand, for me, what I'm learning is paperwork takes more companies out than accidents or service ever will. Amber, when people come to you, do they usually, how far behind are they on the IFTA by the time they get on the phone with you?
Yeah, it's really case by case, but a lot of it is they're 1, 2, 3 months behind, 3/4 behind, because at the end of the year you have to renew your IFTA license, and they make you prove that you have filed that year. All 4 quarters. And so typically they're coming in that later part, October, and they're like, oh crap, like we haven't filed all year long. Help us get caught up so that when it's time to renew at the end of the year, they can renew their IFTA license. So, but they're a couple quarters behind usually.
And what happens if they don't fill out their IFTA, if they don't get that?
I think I lost sound. Hold on.
Oh. I thought we lost. Oh,
can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Can you hear us? Her Apple product quitting on her.
You're good. We can hear you on this end.
Karen, put this on the screen so she can see
it. What happens if they don't do IFTA, Amber? You get shut down. I cannot hear you guys at all, but type your questions to me. Yeah, no, you have to do your IFTA. A lot of times the question is, well, I didn't run it all this quarter. If you still have an IFTA account open, you have to file a 0 return for that quarter. So even if you didn't run anything, you still have to file for that quarter. And a lot of times that trips people up. And then what happens is you don't owe anything. You don't owe any tax, but because you file late, then you have a penalty. And that can depend. It can be $50 for some states, for some jurisdictions, or it could be a percentage of the tax that was owed. So you want to file on time. And that is the biggest thing that I can tell you is file your paperwork on time. Whether it's your registration, you're getting started, your IFTA, your IRP plate renewal, UCR, whatever it is, file it on time, because the more behind that you get, the more in the hole you get, and you're just digging yourself in, and it's so hard. And actually, nearly impossible to dig yourself out of that hole once you start going down. IFTA is the International Fuel Tax Agreement. So if your vehicle is 26,000 pounds or over, so if your gross is 26 or over, and you are crossing state lines, then you are required to have IFTA. If you are intrastate, there are some states that require an intrastate decal, and that means that you're staying in your state, but they still want you to have a decal. IFTA is if you're crossing state lines. So if you're 26,000 pounds or over and you're crossing state lines, you have to have that IFTA sticker, and you set that up through your base jurisdiction. So if you live in California, you would set it up through California, South Carolina. And that's where you would file each one of your quarters as well.
Erica, you there? Make sure she didn't fall out the chair.
What in the world happened?
Okay.
Everybody there? Can you hear me, Amber?
Yeah. Okay.
No, Amber can't hear us. Let's see here.
Sorry, you guys. You know, we have these drivers. They just be parking stuff and doing the weirdest stuff, and then beep, beep, beep. They calling you. So, so did we lose them? Are we here? It says
No.
Skynet got us.
No, I can hear you clearly.
Okay, Amber, can you hear us? Somebody asked for you an accountant.
I am not an accountant. What we do is we specialize in handling the paperwork. However, if we do have questions, we do have people who we can refer to. If we don't know the answer, or if there is a question where an accountant really should be involved, then yes, we would refer them to an accountant. What we specialize in is helping to make the process as easy as possible. Again, the Form 2290 is really where we're focusing at currently, and so we have a couple different ways that you can file your 2290. ExpressTruckTax.com, again, based here in the United States, and I like to make that the most prominent thing because it is your federal tax information. So it's pretty. It's pretty. It's a safe environment. I know what is going on. I mean, you guys can hear me. It's fine. So Truck Tax is based in the U.S. We have U.S. support, and I like to talk about that because it is federal tax information, and so we want you to make sure that when you're going to file your 2290, that you're doing it at a secure site. That is pretty straightforward. If you have a vehicle over 55,000 pounds and you're required to file the tax, you come in, you put in your tax information, make sure you have an EIN, an employer identification number. Make sure that you already have that. If you do not, it can take 10 to 15 business days to get a new EIN activated. You get the number right away, you get the number the same day, but in order to e-file, it takes the IRS 10 to 15 business days to put that number into their system. And so you want to make sure that that it is.
Amber, I muted you. I muted Amber.
Hey, tell her put her pods back on, Erica.
Okay, so Kenny, can you hold it down for a second while I talk to the driver? Kenny, please tell them, yeah, it's bad. She got some gems, but we just can't hear it.
Most definitely, because I might be interested in. Yeah, I need her for sure.
Well, I mean, I'm full disclaimer. We started using a service similar to theirs. I'm not starting to use them for everything, but she said she'll be back. So Kenny, talk to us, and Kenny, give them the jewels about what you've learned so far in this past year.
Man, kind of off subject of the taxes and filing, which is extremely important. And man, I'm all ears anytime that's topic of discussion. But in my first year, man, what's crazy is, and the biggest gem that anybody dropped on me and that I could give back is be ready for the unexpected, because it's not when something, it's not if something is going to happen, it's when. So for me, man, what I look at it, if you buy a truck cash, and this is just, it's a deal breaker, it could take you out of business. If you buy a truck cash, make sure you have at least 10 grand put up for a rainy day in case you have a big time repair. And as we know in this industry, there's not too many cheap repairs. Or if you do buy a truck and you finance it, make sure you have a respected warranty, and that it's that multiple people and the people that in the routes that you travel can fix on your truck. Like, make sure it's a respected warranty, man. Like, you're going to have repairs, and to me personally, that's been the biggest thing for us. You know, we was kind of prepared coming into it, so we had the cash put up to get the things done that needed to be done. But I can just imagine, man, I can see how one breakdown can take somebody that's new in this business out very quick. And also insurance. Be prepared for insurance in this industry. It's not cheap. It's not cheap, y'all. So any other questions y'all have for me, man, y'all just drop them in this section, man. But it's been great. It's very profitable. It's not a cheap business. Don't let nobody tell you that. If they do, it's not true. It's a grind. It is a hustle. But if you ask me, it's definitely worth it. So any questions you guys have, let's talk about it. And just to give y'all a little update, because we here, I think we got started in February, and we are up to, as of today, 4 trucks and 1 lease on. So we have 5 trucks now since February, and it's a blessing. Some days it's a headache, and some days it's a blessing. So you got to take the good with the bad, man. Got to take the good with the bad. Know your bottom line, know your cost of doing business, and that'll take you a very long way. And have a mentor in this business too. You know, shout out to people like Amber for dropping jewels, Erica always coming through. The man for me right now, and I know any of y'all that's watching on here, is, man, Mr. Alex Good Energy himself. We follow that guy, you know, take a lot of his advice, and man, it works out. So you got to have a mentor. You got to have somebody that's already at the destination where you're trying to go, and, you know, learn from other people's mistakes. You don't have to learn them on your own, because if you learn them on your own, it'll take you out this business very fast.
Over there. All right, thank you. Okay.
Any questions, y'all get in here and drop them. Let's get it.
Thank you for holding it. Thank you guys for holding it down while you girls over here trying to wrangle these silly people. Just silly. I'm gonna send you this picture, Kenny, so you can laugh. Thank you, AM1, for dropping the $10 love. You broke 5 times each time. All right. Thank you, Andre Hatchett. Listen, you know, anytime y'all want to support the show, cash out the girl any day. Now, they got a lot of questions in here, Kenny. I don't know if you can see it.
No, I can't see them.
Okay, I'm gonna click them. Can you see them on the screen?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Okay, there you go. Can you see that?
Yep, I can see it.
Go ahead.
Okay, so are you in freight or car hauling? That's crazy that you say that, man. I actually got on the road. I don't have a CDL, but I got on the road and hauled a couple cars with one of my mentors just to see the life over the road and how it works. Because I feel like if I'm going to interview people to come drive for my company, I should have a great idea of what it's like to be over that road. So I actually bought me a flatbed and did 2-car hauling. I was under the weight of being, you know, DOT'd and all that. So I went over the road, stayed over the road in my F-250 and learned it that way. And are you in freight? You have to explain that more to me. Don't really understand. All of it is freight. But the car hauling, yeah, that's actually how I came in this business and learned what it's like to be over the road. That was a complete blessing to me.
Amber, they said you were dropping gems, but the connection was bad. Do you want to, somebody asked this question and said, do you pay IFTA taxes using the 2290 form? And then Kenny will hop back on those questions.
Sure. IFTA is separate from the 2290. And so IFTA is IFTA and the 2290 is completely separate. So the IFTA tax is a quarterly tax and the 2290 is an annual tax. So those are completely separate.
And so I think some other people had some questions for you, but because it was going in and out. But long and the story short, I was asking, is there a fine they will have to pay? Is there's something they'll have to do if their company gets shut down? You know, is it going to be on the FMCA that they didn't pay their IFTA? Where is that going to be at?
It'll be with the IFTA jurisdiction. So, so when they go to renew their IFTA stickers at the end of the year for the next year, they will basically the IFTA office will check to see. And there's a huge storm blowing through South Carolina right now. I think that's why my connection is kind of crazy. But at the end of the year, you have to renew your IFTA license for the next year. And if you haven't filed all 4 quarters of the tax year, then you cannot renew. So that's how that is enforced. And then once you start getting behind your IFTA, then it rolls over to your IRP and so on. So it kind of all rolls together. But yes, IFTA, that's how they enforce that.
Okay. And so, you guys, if you have any questions for Amber, she's back. The internet has let her be free. Skynet is not holding her down. Okay. Bring your questions for Amber while we're here. Rex G said, is it hard getting contacts or loads with companies?
Man. All right, I'm gonna keep it real with you, Mr. Rex. No, it is not. No, it is not. Somebody told me move closer to the mic. Can y'all?
It's okay. You just speak a little louder. I know we got the little baby girls in the house, but you know, if you could.
No, I'm actually close, but I'm gonna speak louder. Y'all let me know if I'm yelling. But no, brother. It is not hard getting contacts or loads with companies. It is the easiest thing I ever done. That's the most simple thing about trucking, to be honest with you. It is not hard, brother.
Can you see that?
Does your DAC report matter as an owner op? So DAC report, I mean,
DAC report where we report abandonment on people's driving. You get their driving record. I mean, as long as you ain't out here flipping over trucks, it shouldn't matter. I mean, it just depends on the company.
Correct.
Lady Lancelot asked, how many trucks do you have?
5 now.
Can you see that?
Most definitely, Miss, what's that?
Sprite 27.
Miss Sprite 27, most definitely. I mean, that is super nice. I mean,
Kenny, we always read the questions. Would 20,000 in the cash be enough in reserves when buying one truck on financing? And Kenny said, definitely.
Oh, okay. I thought everybody could see him. I got you. All right, but yeah, that's, to be honest with you, with 20 extra K, like, I'm a gambler. Like, I'll be trying to find me another good cash truck. But yeah, 20K is more than enough. Like I said, 10K for me. And why I say 10K is because when you buy a used truck and you paying cash for it, make sure you get a really, really good mechanic to check it out before you purchase it, for sure.
Are we giving you guys good information? If we are, drop a 1 in the chat. I just need to make sure this is good. It's hitting you where you want. Let's help me fight Skynet. Hit the like button. You guys drop some 1s in there if it's good information, so we know to keep going. Jabrass asked, Mr. Kenny, how are you getting your loads?
Man, I'm getting my loads really. My go-to is the DAT board, to be honest with you. And from the DAT board, I build relationships with the brokers and everybody that's on there. And you know, before you know it, once you deliver a few good loads and you consistently and you on time and you never late, to be honest, it's gonna come a time you're not even gonna have to really work the DAT board as much, because they're gonna call you and they're gonna email you before they even put their loads on the DAT board.
I will go ahead and tell y'all right now. Every day, me and Kenny probably get what, 10 emails or calls from TKU or whoever, like, hey, is your truck in this area right now? Can you take it? How much will you take it for? And this is why people have to be good about their math. You got to go, I'll take it for $2.50 a mile. You know, because they be asking, what's your rate? See, they're trying to give you an overall number. No, my mileage is $2.50 a mile. You tell me what it is. Trying to catch me off guard at 8 a.m. in the morning. Not today. Exactly. Don't try me. Not today.
Exactly. Knowing your market.
Devin Burks asked, Kenny, do you recommend leasing a truck?
So, I'm not against it. I don't have any leased right now, but I'm definitely not against it. Remember, if you know your cost to do business, if you know what it costs to run your company, and let's say leasing a truck is not cheap, But let's say they leasing it for $1,800 a month, or let's say $2,000 to make it easy. That's $500 a week. So if you bust that down with your insurance, with your driver, if you got an experienced driver and he have a good, and his MVR and all that is good, yeah, I would lease it. I mean, it's really no risk, to be honest, in this business, because if he got a clean record and you're going to make the money. So at the end of the day, it's, knowing your cost to do business, but I'm definitely not against leasing trucks. I'm just big on ownership.
Okay. Thank you guys, Noel. I really appreciate that. Kenny, do you recommend hiring a dispatching service if you have 1 or 2 trucks?
Okay, so me, it's a yes and no for me. I was fortunate enough to get out of the work field, so I handle a lot of that stuff from my company right now. But will I hire, and am I looking to hire right now? I actually am, because we're growing at a rapid pace. So even at 1 or 2 trucks, if you still have a day job, yes, hire you a dispatcher. Yes, yes, and yes. Don't
be like Kenny forcing Linda in there. Get in there, work them computers. Tell her I said what's up.
Most definitely.
Do you recommend buying from a dealer and getting a dealer warranty, Kenny?
So man, I own my trucks so far, but this is what I will tell you is crazy. Right before I came in here, me and my wife was in conversation, and our next one, we might get one from a dealer. And if you do go dealer, I would advise you to go with Select Trucks. It's a Freightliner dealer, and they have a really, really well respected warranty. And if you know anything about Alex Good Energy, that's who everybody that's under him use. And we went there and we checked the numbers, and their warranty is great. So that's a good company. It's called Select Trucks. So yes, I do. I'm not against it, but I own mine right now. But I will lease one. Not lease one. I will go with a dealer. Sorry.
So I have good and bad with that. We had a warranty on 1 truck, and the dealership in Alabama, Birmingham, tried to play games for 3 months, y'all, because the difference is when some of the warranties make you identify what was the cause of the breakdown. Some of these old school truck companies, they just want to come in here, bring your truck in here, and they just start taking stuff apart and manually listening and hearing instead of actually going, let me do A, B, and C as we're supposed to. So you may come up against some here and there, some drama in that, but yeah.
Let me swap these chargers out real quick.
Do what you got, man. Well, I was gonna tell him about that. Lady Plants a lot isn't ideal, but here's the thing: the honest truth of it is like some places where they go pick up loads may have an issue with it. I'm not certain. And also, a lot of people, let's just be really honest, a lot of people get just enough money to buy their truck, and then they don't even be able to buy their trailer. So if they put something on the trailer, they have to remove that trailer once the rental time is up. So it just depends on if that person owns their trailer or not. They're at Texas Ground Zero, we'll be using a lot of marketing on the empty trailers that sit out there.
All right, what I missed?
Somebody said that's a great idea to hop in the road with your driver. Somebody said, what about advertising on the side of your trucks? Have you thought about it?
Most definitely. In any business that you're in, I mean, self-promotion is everything. If you ask me, I have shirts, I have hats, I have bags for my drivers. I mean, the more you advertise your business, I mean, all that's basically saying is before they even run the numbers on the side of your truck, they know who you are because you got that logo on there. I'm all for advertising. Yep, marketing. Corey Reed, best to buy from auction versus dealership. So I can speak to both of them. Right? So my first truck was bought from an auction. So here's the advantage that I had. I have a really, really, really great mechanic, right? I have a really great mechanic that met me at the auction. And before I purchased the truck, I knew that it was a good truck. It might have had a few issues, but I knew the truck would run. So for me, I'm not going to make it nor right or wrong because it's all about what your checkbook look like. If you get a good deal for $20,000 at the auction and you got a mechanic to check that truck, buy it. I would tell you to buy it before I tell you go to a dealership and put $20,000 down. and still pay a $1,600 note, I would tell you buy from the auction. But don't go to the auction off what you think. You better have you a mechanic with you.
Yeah. I mean, Marcos bought things from the auction, and at first it was like, this is a great deal. I got it for 14 grand, but then he had to spend 10K in repairs. So really you got a $24,000 truck, which is fine if that's still in your budget and your numbers. But if you came like, I'm only spending 15 grand and I'm rolling, you have to do your due diligence, just because so sometimes it doesn't work that way, but it can. I'd like to thank Andre Hatchett for posting the Cash App. We had somebody drop a Cash App, Kenny. They said, thank you for the $10, Mr. Building Your Legacy. Great guest, very informative. I try to bring on the best. Thank you. Okay. Someone asked, how often must we clean the interior of your trucks if you have 2 trucks on the road? Listen, you guys are dirty. I ain't cleaning nothing until they get out.
Hey, look. My wife told me earlier, we're about to start finding our drivers for not washing our trucks. So we're big on our appearance. We're extremely big on our appearance. Like my drivers, they're like brothers to me. It's bigger than business for me. Like our interviewing process is so different. It's a family vibe over here. But one way for us to take money out your pocket, pull up in our trucks dirty. Because you have a card, it's no excuse. I don't care if it rained the day before. I don't care if it's raining now. If you got the opportunity to wash that truck and the weather have changed and it's not raining, then, man, go pull up to them people looking clean, because your appearance means a lot.
So this is a good one, but Eric and Kenny, are gas cards necessary? Do you lose money using them? Tell them, Kenny. Let them know. Help them. Help them, Lord. Help them.
Y'all asking some great questions, because gas cards, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I mean, if you don't have gas cards, you're going to be
out here looking crazy like Erica Williams for a week, cash app and driver's gas.
Hey, and have gas cards for this reason. You don't want to play with your personal money with your business.
Mm-hmm.
That's number one. And 99% of the time, your cash app is not set up with your business. So now you got to worry about tangling your money, your personal money with your business. So, but I will say this. If you're just starting and you wait for the process to get approved for a gas card, what I will tell you is, if you have a credit card that you use on a regular and that you get points for, or travel points, I don't care what it is, use that for your gas card, because you have to get fuel. So if you're going to get fuel, won't you benefit from it? Take your personal credit card until yours come in and benefit from it.
And I'll be very clear, Love's, a lot of these places, Pilot, Flying J, they make it their business to get your business. So a lot of you will have no problem getting a gas card unless you just, it would be hard to be turned down, because they even have an option where you can put cash down, and whatever cash you put down as deposit is your credit line. So let's say Love's or TA say, well, yeah, we can't work with you, Cindy, because your credit crazy. Well, then they can go, Cindy, if you send us in $3,000, that'll be the line. Now, if you have one truck, I'm basing on my numbers. Kenny can base it off different. From what I've seen with my numbers, for my truck and fuel, each one of my trucks, I say it's $1,250 a week for me. For you, Kenny, I know you mute and you're trying to fix something. Unmute yourself. You done muted yourself, Kenny.
Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get this charger right.
Okay. We're going to get you a real setup. We're going to go down there and set it up in there. You just bought a truck from Ryder. Tell us more. Tell us more. Uh-oh. I think it died. He'll be back. All right, so great stuff. Thank you, guys. Okay, what's the difference between dispatch? Oh, come on, hold on. We can't work with you, Cindy, because you create. Listen, it can be. Lady on the right did have a bad connection. This is a choice your company can make. It's totally up to you. A lot of people have 1099 for drivers. And so sometimes they don't. It just depends on the, you know, I'm in Texas. Texas is like, you want what? Are you back, Kenny?
Yeah, I'm back.
Brother, help you.
I'm back.
Okay, we got some questions since you've been gone.
Okay, what we got? I see it right here on the screen.
Hey, Nick, wait a minute. Nick Taylor, email me right now. I want you to come on. Nick Taylor, good people. Kenny, you got to talk to this man. This man got all kind of trucks.
Cool, let's talk.
He got a side. He got a shop, too. Nick Taylor, email me. You know what to do. Email me, Nick Taylor. Kenny, they asked us, do you have
to offer health insurance and other benefits to drivers if you have an authority? No. The answer to that is no. Do you have to offer health insurance? And no, you don't. But I do, because I have one of my fraternity brothers, and he have my company set up with awesome prices for health insurance, dental, vision, and everything. So I do, because that is a plus. Because most people think in any form, in any business, a lot of people fear is walking away from their job because of insurance, and that's so far from the truth. It got so many affordable insurance that's probably cheaper than what you get at your 9 to 5. So the answer to your question is no, but it is a great plus to have it.
And Nick Taylor better message me, because he be messaging me on the email all the time. Okay, so Kenny, Mark, thank you for the $5 super chat. Thank y'all for supporting the channel. Every dollar, every dime makes us shiny, new audio equipment. When do you know to hire someone for your responsibilities?
Let me see. Make sure I'm understanding this question.
Like you know, if you a one-woman show, one-man show, when do you know to hire somebody?
Oh, to me, I mean, that's easy. This is the easiest question ever. Time is more important than money. So if you can take a little less percentage, but gain a lot of your time back for family, for whatever it is, for your everyday life, do it. Because if you try to do everything on your own, you're going to be stressed out and you'll end up quitting, because this is a stressful business. Running any kind of business can be stressful, and your business is going to go as far as your team go. And if you're trying to be the whole team, you're not going to make it long.
I'm telling y'all, the first things first, I'm a strong believer. I won't start any new projects unless there's somebody there to delegate. I've had 2 or 3 people try to partner with me to start companies, and I've just been like, nah, unless you have management already set up or you're going to take over a bulk of the activities, I just won't do it, because I know my mental bandwidth is like already limited, you know? Right. So for me, I know I'm not a daily operations person. I'm not no dispatcher. I ain't trying to be no dispatcher. I can do it. I learned it, so I know enough to be dangerous, or if somebody's slacking off at their job. And the more you learn, the faster you pick up if somebody's not doing what they're supposed to. So I had to fire one person. Why? Because brokers would call them. Now, brokers only going to call you about 8 a.m. to noon and ask you where the load at, where the driver at, did you get everything? So if I'm having repeated brokers call and say, man, we couldn't get through, we can't talk to them, you know, we done sent emails and everything, you know, we got to not give you any more loads in the future, then you know that person ain't really doing what they're doing.
Yep.
Trent Davis, why you doing them like that? That ain't right, Trent.
Hey, look here, man. You talking to one, you can't miss me with this neither. Hey, brother. Hey, email me.
Kenny, your assistant, your beautiful assistant named Linda, should have your Calendly link ready. Tell her to email me that so we can put that in the chat. Because people ask, how can they get a consult with you?
For sure.
You know, tell her don't make it crazy prices, but make it one. Tell her hurry up and down. Trent Davis, here you go. Read it. You tell me what.
If you have 5 trucks or more, you have to offer insurance. If you have 5 trucks or more, you have to offer insurance.
Are you asking the question? If you have 5 trucks or more, you have to. We don't have to do anything. This is Texas. Yeah, we don't have to do anything. It's a little bit different here. Kenny, are you frozen? I think Kenny's frozen, y'all. Look at Kenny. He looking serious, y'all. Let me take a picture of that serious frozen put face. Looking super serious, but he froze. Okay. Oh, you're asking. Okay. So tracking devices, yes, tracking devices save your life. Kenny, you up here looking mad. Look at your picture of yourself. Can you see yourself?
Where we at?
I got a picture of you looking crazy, but I'm gonna remove it.
No, I don't know.
There we go. You was frozen. Okay. I think your wife sent me your Calendly link. I'm gonna try to get it in here.
And two, that question before, I don't know what happened, but before we got kicked off, somebody was asking about the if you have 5 trucks or more, you have to offer insurance. Well,
He was just asking. He didn't know. He was asking.
Yeah, you have to offer insurance to employees. 1099s, no.
They said you was caught in the matrix. They said you look like Angry Man. Y'all don't tell. He don't look like Angry Man. Don't do him like that. Angry Man is a YouTuber. Black Hemp asked this. Black Hemp, if you got the hookup, give us a call.
Yeah, we do hookups. Anyone taking loads out of the port of Savannah? I haven't personally, but I'm sure anywhere there's a port, I can almost guarantee you there's loads coming out of there daily.
Let me see what else y'all got. Somebody asked that right there.
How can you trust a driver with a credit card? What's to stop them from buying snacks like it's 1999? Look, this is 2020, and honestly, anytime that card is swiped, you could get an alert. I mean, that's easy. But for me, Erica will tell you, I'm big on my hiring process. So if I hire you, that's one of my least worries. If I'm worrying about you buying stuff that you're not supposed to with my credit card, I can almost guarantee you I'm not gonna hire you.
You got the wrong driver.
Yes.
That's what that means. I can tell y'all right now, personally, I could hand. There's probably 4 or 5 drivers who I'd say 2 or 3 that I could hand cash to and know the cash don't get in the truck. So
money entanglements, I like that.
Entanglement. They said, Kenny, what tracking devices do you use?
So we just actually got some. So like we got this one through T-Mobile. One of my drivers actually connected me with this young lady that works with T-Mobile, and we actually just about to put these new ones on that we just got. And another thing too is like you get double once you get your own personal tracking devices. Like I said, it's up for grabs. To me personally, I think they all do the same. To be honest, like you vent them out, make sure they got good reviews and all that, but they all do the same. And then on your ELDs too, your ELD is important because most of them offer it as well. So you got your personal tracking device, but anytime they're using an ELD, you're gonna know what that truck is 24/7. ELD is important because most of them
what are some, Kenny, I know they haven't asked it, but what are some of the pitfalls of trucking right now?
Like my girl Miss Bright just said, money entanglements. To be honest, money entanglements. And why do I say that? Because people don't come in with a reserve. People think, like Erica said earlier, you could come in and buy a truck and you good. First off, that's false. Because coming in with a power only, you're going to struggle to get loads. It's more tedious. You want to come in with your truck and tractor first off. And the hard part of it is getting started. Most people do not have the cash to get started. And what's scary is a lot of people think they have it. So if you got 30K cash and you buy a 25K truck, you one day away from being out of the trucking industry. Because anytime that truck go to the shop, this is not a regular vehicle. It's no hundreds. It is no all change gonna cost you $500 to $800. So you're not getting in this industry and going to a shop and coming out with $100 note. You're just not. It's going to be thousands. So if you're not ready, just be patient or look at your funds. I mean, like we said, look at the auction. Get you a $15,000 truck that might need $8,000 worth of work, and now you got you a $7,000 reserve. Now you're good. but don't come in this with no reserves. Please don't.
I mean, it'll get you messed up. Listen, I can tell you right now, and also, even if you got tracking devices on your truck and you have recording on your truck, stuff can still happen. These guys know how to unplug these things. They ain't no dummy. I mean, listen, Kamoy can tell us, you know what I'm saying? What are some, I would say, what is the number one question I hear? Because I got a question online. I really want people to get away from the ideal that this is going to be passive income. If I can do anything else, I tell people right now, there's nothing about this that is passive. You're going to do some active work in the beginning. Period, as they say, right? You're going to do some active work. I just really want people to divorce themselves, because we've gotten to this society where everybody's like, I'm passive. It's all passive. Like, there's nothing in this world that is passive except for going to sleep. Okay.
And to piggyback off that too, if you want to be passive in this industry, just know that you're going to get a passive amount when it comes to the money. You're not going to get the big bucks when you first come in this business trying to be passive, especially with one truck. It's simple numbers when you really do it, to be honest. It's very, very simple numbers. If you get one truck and you lease that truck on, I mean, you really don't even have a truck no more. You don't have control. They do what they want to do with your truck, and what they tell you you're going to get, you're going to get. I mean, that's being passive. So if you could come in and buy 5 trucks, yeah, you could come in this industry and be passive. But not many people have the funds to come in with 5 trucks. So do you some leg work. It's worth it, but have your funds right.
No such thing as passive.
Man,
No.
I agree. I agree, Mr. Rod. I agree 1,000%. I mean, I think that floats around, not just in trucking. Like I said, we're big in real estate too, and everybody want to be passive. But that, to me, that means a lot of times that just means lazy, because that means you don't want to put no work in coming in, and it's almost impossible. I agree with Mr. Rod on this one.
We got trouble in the building. He don't want to show his face. Mr. Nick Taylor.
No, my camera's broke. Hey, sweetie. Hey, sir, how you doing? Hey, Nick Taylor, bro. Please meet you.
So, Nick, please introduce yourself to the audience, because I think
everybody know who I am.
Oh man, come on, listen. Hey, come on.
I'm Nick Taylor, homeless guy that walked through the HEB parking lots picking up loose change and putting people's grocery bags in their cars that they let me keep their change. That's me. Now, just heavy duty towing and recovery, vehicles, impound storage facility, specialized heavy transport.
Okay, everybody. Now, he just told you what he specialized in: heavy duty stuff. Now, Nick Taylor, one of the best stories you told me is when you saw that family out there. It was a black dad, Hispanic mom, and the daughters. They were all trucking.
Yes, I've seen them since.
Listen, give us a little look. Y'all already booking Kenny up over there, okay, on that console link. I see y'all out there. Don't be blowing Kenny up all week, but yes, congrats. So Nick, tell us that little story. Tell it real quick.
I have a couple of police towing contracts in different counties and whatnot when they have accidents and traffic hazards, all kind of other stuff. And we had to work an accident. It was a belly dump, tractor trailer belly dump, because I'm over here in the Eagle Ford area, over here by Southeast Texas, where you're doing all the the oil drill and the shale. And went out there to go assist one of my guys, and here this lady comes pulling up, another truck pulls up, a belly dump, and get out, and it was a lady. And she's walking, and I got her attention, like, hey, you just can't be walking through my accident scene. Come on. But and she's like, that's my father. She's driving a belly dump just like he was. Then here come another belly dump pull up. It was his wife. His wife is driving a truck, pulling a belly dump. His daughters is driving, pulling belly dumps with their father.
Wow.
with their. I've seen them since that story, Eric. They called it. Is you the guy that done the accident for my father? Yeah, we got the truck. He's stuck. He tried to turn around and he hung the belly dump on the end of the road, trying to turn around on a 2-lane road with a belly dump. Dude, loaded too.
They'll be out there working.
Yeah,
driving, daughters driving. They gonna
whole family, wife driving. The wife doesn't drive much. He said because she does paperwork, but when they need an extra, she'll jump in. But the daughters drive every day, and he drives every day.
Wow.
Whole family, and they bought a track. They bought a track to park and fix up and everything over in a little town called Nixon, Texas, which is northwest of me. Yeah, whole family.
The move is buying land now.
But you can't get it. I'm looking at a piece. I'm trying to get a deal on a piece in Karnes County, Texas. Is 5 acres, got a metal shop building on it. That shop needs work though, but it got a metal 8-bay shop on it, 5 acres, 2 entrances, and it's $275,000. That's what he want for it. But I'm trying to but I'm you know how it is down here, Erica. I'm waiting on FEMA to remove it because they put a big giant concrete, the flood thing, the big giant concrete deal, for the flood water to go around. Now the map is showing it goes around, but they ain't removed it yet. And I told them I'm not going to move on it for insurance purposes unless, you know what I'm saying, y'all put something in writing. Because if not, because getting flood insurance for 5 acres and 2 buildings, that's going to negate the sweet deal, if you know what I mean.
So Nick, just to give people kind of a touch around that, yes, you're in trucking, but you also own a convenience store.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was I had that. I had that first. I had that when I was living. That was my first endeavor when I was in San Antonio.
And I heard you ran out of San Antonio. How they run you out of San Antonio?
It's just pretty much. Well, I left them, and when I go back, because I still got some elders there that I have to go, keep up with everything.
Check on them.
And and I, because they need the medicine and go pick this up, and her grandson ain't done this. I'll be there tomorrow, and I'll drive up and I get stuff done, man. Bruh, when you ought to open the stove. You should have kept your stove, man. Them Arabs be tripping. Bye. Yeah. Ain't come here for that. Bye. Once bitten, twice shy. I mean, look, should nobody have to tell you anything? And I didn't ask for anything special, but but here, why are you gonna treat me bad? And I live here. And you kissing the foreigner's butt, and they talk crazy to you. Yeah. Talk crazy to you. You hurry up and get out my store. Why you standing in the door? Oh, and plus, hey, Kenneth, guess what? My first problem was from brothers that I wouldn't let them hang out in front of the store and smoke.
For sure.
No, hey, Erica, know what she said? I would came. I had my pistol. They walk up on me. I'm coming in your store. Pew pew pew.
Listen, I had a coffee shop.
People.
I had a coffee shop across from a historically black college. I had to let them know, not out front here. No sir. You keep it moving.
And they get mad because I just tell them no, man, y'all gotta no. Because I used to open and close the store myself because I just started. I didn't have the income to hire. More than 2 people. So, but once it got rolling, I just took myself, completely out unless something, somebody out sick or whatnot from that. And them brothers used to give me hell. Hell. But the thing is, I'm not scared. Of course, I'm not afraid. Because once I get on my stand on my square, I'm nailed down. I am not moving off my square. But I just got tired of it. Somebody made me an offer. The offer was more than what I had going for it. So I took it, and I took that money and opened a store further out here closer to where I live now, out in the middle of nowhere. zero headache, very, very few headaches, out here. And it just flows. It just flows. And I don't have to run nobody off from in front of the store either. So go figure.
For sure. So you got about 27 trucks now. The question was, a lot of people asked, was it better to get them from auctions or better to get them from the dealer?
I don't buy auction trucks. I don't. The only way I would buy, because the reason I don't buy auction trucks is because I'm in the towing business and I done towed trucks to the auction to get auction. And they be, oh my God, it'd be some I've seen some bubble gum that they put just to get it running enough just to drive it through the line for people to bid on. If the people only knew that truck wouldn't make it to the other end of the parking lot. We done tow stuff from the view line back to the back lot. It wouldn't even make it on their own. And but what's so saying? You get what you pay for. For sure. But me, I have a pretty good relationship. See, what a lot of people mess up on buying used trucks, the lease companies, Penske, Ryder, you know what I mean? Companies like that, Ideal Lease, especially Ideal Lease. Ideal Lease tend to have better used trucks for sale than the other ones. But even the other ones, this is the part that people miss. If you've ever dealt with them before, they keep up on their maintenance. Yeah, now granted, when you renting trucks, you got heavy-handed guys. You never know who the heck driving it. But that's the same thing for buying a used truck. You don't know how they, but at least, with Penske, it got the oil changed. At Ryder, you know what I'm saying? It got tired. It got brakes put on it. It got inspected. The air conditioning was repaired. Because if you had to go rent a Penske truck and they said, hey, sorry, here's the truck. It needs some steer tires and AC don't work, but here you go. You're not going to take that truck. You're going to have to get me a better rental truck than that. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
But the trucks tend to be better maintained than buying from people unknown. Is belly Trump longer than a dump? No. If you look up, if you go to a trailer thing and you'll see your average belly dump trailer is normally 40 to 45 foot in length. Your average belly dump. Now, I don't know where you're at, because some states, they got them double bellies, them too short little belly. That's the weirdest crap in the world. But in Texas, it's just a single, 40, 45 foot belly dump trailer. And belly dumps are actually they're rather inexpensive. They're rather inexpensive. But if you look at one, check the hinges, check the ridge. If you're not gonna haul hot asphalt mix, do not buy one that was hauling black asphalt mix, because you'll never get all of that mix out of there. The only thing that gets hot mix out is more hot mix. You know what I mean? You'll never get it all out. Now, if you just plan on doing gravel, road base, whatnot like that, 2x3 rock, 3x5 and whatnot, then then of course just get that. Nick Taylor, how much does it take to get a semi-tow? That's a very broad question. That's like, what do I have to say to her to make her like me? You know what I mean? That's you know what I mean? Because you can ask 5 different women the same thing and you'll get 5 different responses. But I'm on because tow trucks come in different ratings, just like anything else, from 20 to 25 ton. Normally they skip every 5 tons all the way up to 75 and 80 ton rotators. And you're talking a new 5-axle 80 ton rotator, you're talking almost $1 million. But a 25 ton tandem axle one brand new, you're looking at about 300,000. So I mean, they're both tow trucks, I don't want to get diarrhea of the mouth. A lot of guys come into the towing business, and because I've been in it for a long time, most people don't make it. But I done seen the same tow trucks sold over and worse than trucking, over and over and over again. Because when it comes to recovery and towing, you got to have mechanical skills. Your math has to be on point. People think, I tell people, if you suck at math, you do not want to go out here. And if you're not up on structural integrity of trucks and trailers, where you can lift, where you can't, where you can pull, where you can't, you don't want to do that, because if somebody damages your truck, yeah, you had an accident, yeah, you rolled it over, yeah, you jackknife, but I didn't call you out here to rip my steer axle out. Now you're paying to recover someone else's truck.
Oh, listen, Mr. Nick, I had my own staff mechanic. They were getting ready to tow one of my automatics, and he kept trying to talk to him, and the guy's like, well, I'm towing it this way.
No, automatic, you gotta pull the drive line before you even move it.
There you go. And guess what? They buying me a brand new truck.
Yeah.
The insurance company already done told them, now that was an automatic. So
and the ones you gotta know the one, and here's the thing, I tell guys, go to class. We give classes. I'm a licensed TDLR instructor. Now with COVID-19, we're not doing anything, but a few times a year, man, that class $800. What can you buy on a truck for $800?
Nothing.
Kenny, what can we buy on a truck for $800? I'm trying to think of what we can buy.
Yeah, two Chinese steer tires, maybe.
Hey, you can get your oil changed.
Yeah.
Well, because I just had a in frame put in one of my big wreckers. That's 28 grand, for in frame, and that was done, at one of the dealerships that I tow for. But it's 15 liter though.
Let me chime in. So everybody that's watching and listening, just to tell y'all, I hope y'all catching both sides of the conversation. So Mr. Nick is in a totally different side, and he just told y'all how much he's paying for an in-frame. So as soon as we get off this call, I'm headed to Austin to bring some material to do a in-frame on a 1992 Kenworth. And with the shop and the expenses and all that, let's say I didn't have a mechanic, I would be paying 20 grand. Easy. So don't let nobody tell you this stuff is cheap. It's not cheap. He just told you 28, and he's in a different side of trucking. I'm on the side that you guys are in. And if you need an in-frame or something like that, you better believe you better pay some big time money.
Oh yeah, and we had the I had one in-frame, one Cummins. I got lucky; they actually had one sitting, on the rack, so I had them deliver it to me, and I put that in the other one. But that's all. And then I got my big haul truck, my oversized heavy haul truck. It's a 16 liter Caterpillar, 4-axle Kenworth. Normally when that truck and trailer rolls with the pusher and the Jeep, we're normally pushing anywhere north of 175,000 pounds every time that truck rolls out.
You definitely got the right motor.
Oh yeah. Yes. It's a C16, 700 horsepower Caterpillar. It's 18 speed. And we got a two-speed brown box behind the transmission.
Beast. Hey there, Mr. All About the Juice says, is 20K of liquid cash worth investing in a truck, or will my ROI be better placing that 20K or somewhere? So let me touch on that, Mr. All About the Juice. Check this out. I'm in real estate as well. And this is what impressed me about trucking, to be honest with you. Real estate is the #1 market in the world. But nothing that I have seen bring fast money than trucking that's legal. 20K, if you invested right in trucking, your ROI will be amazing. You know why? Because it don't necessarily mean you have to invest it in a truck. And I can share some keys with you. It's more money in trucking that you can make. I'm actually getting busy right now. Actually, me and Erica, we looking at a way it's very simple. It's very known in trucking. Everybody need them. It's called trailers.
Yep.
You can invest in trailers and make you some big money, but we can talk about that on another note. But
Rodney in the chat knows about trailers. You can get some good money off trailers.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get your insurance. Like we chasing down insurance right now.
Your 20K, Mr. All About the Juice, do these quick numbers. 20K investment get you, say, two nice trailers at 20K. You get $500 a month off each one of them. So that's $1,000 off a 20K investment a month. You do the math and tell me where you can go and get that at anywhere else.
Be careful who you lease to.
Fact.
Have their insurance checked out. Make sure your contract is concrete. Because just for every one play by the rules, nice guy trucking company out there that really just want to lease a trailer and get business done, you're going to run across 10 of them that's trying to beat you out of something and will jack your stuff up and leave you hanging.
Right.
Well, look, you guys, what did I tell y'all? I bought trackers for not only my trucks, but my trailers. If that trailer goes somewhere other than where that truck is at, you want to know where it's at. And you can do that before you rent your trailers out. You can screw that bad boy right on into the back wall there, and it won't mess with any freight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because see me, and that's the thing I tell y'all, like Kenny already said, I'm not a freight hauler. I'm not. I don't. If you see one of my units at a dock, it's either offloading or loading a piece of machinery. You know what I mean? Something that goes inside that building. We don't do much. We don't haul what you call general freight.
Freight.
We haul dozers, crawlers, other trucks, oil field equipment, backhoes, skid steers, stuff like that.
And also to piggyback off that for you guys that's listening, to be honest with you guys, what Nick is doing, it's a lot more money and it's a lot more risky. So the higher the risk, the higher the reward. I mean, them loads that what he's taking it's definitely an upgrade in pay. But he have done his homework, and I mean he's seasoned in this game. So don't think you can just jump out there and do what he's doing, because he built up to where
it's hard. It's hard to get into the heavy haul, into the specialized end. It's hard. It's hard to get in.
Right. And also, Miss Kamoy, sorry if I mispronounced your name, Miss Matthews, what to look for when buying a trailer? Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I can speak to dry vans. And to be quite honest with you, that's what I like. It's easier to get drivers for them. So the flooring and the roof. The flooring and the roof. You check your airbags and all that, but that flooring and the roof, that's going to tell you a lot about what the previous owners had, especially if you're not buying it brand new. And also, man, this old guy told me, man, and it was very valuable. He said, look at the tires. He said, if it's mismatched tires all around the trailer, they really weren't doing good maintenance on it, because
exactly
they're piecing it together. Look at the tires, and if it's mismatched tires everywhere, they wasn't taking care of that trailer. So before you buy it, I'm not telling you not to buy it, but before you buy it, just put that cost in. Put that $2,500 in that it's going to cost you to replace them 8 tires, and that is a real number.
And that's great. I said you can look at the condition. If the presentation is everything, is even just like with people. Like if you're going to meet somebody, y'all arranged it. She know you're coming to see her, or he know you're coming to see her, and you know where I'm going.
Yeah.
And you put and you like,
it's her feet dirty at the bottom. You know what I'm saying?
He didn't. Homeboy didn't even bother to wash his face. You know what I mean? Like, you'd be like, okay, so if this the way you gonna present it to me, what am I gonna deal with on the backside, right? So, I mean, are you willing to invest the time and money to quote unquote wash her feet or wash his face, right, or trim his? You know what I'm saying? Right. On top of that,
hold on. Thank you, loyaldetermined.com, for the $20 super chat. I appreciate every single person who donates to the show. Y'all make the show great. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
And somebody just said too before it switched off, stay away from translucent trailers. I agree.
Please do. Please stay away from there.
I agree 1,000%. We don't mess with them.
No, yeah, them, and when we get them on Rex, when we go out and it's laid over and it's loaded, we always tell them, dude, we're gonna have to offload this. because you can't upright those loaded. You literally destroy it. You blow it in half. And then, well, there's another way. I said, okay, yeah, we got air cushion. I got air cushion recovery. And they, oh, you do? Say yeah. I said, I sure do. And they, wow, okay, well, go ahead and bring them out. I said, okay, base air cushion rate is $17,000 just for me to bring out a set of air cushions.
Please pay attention, people.
Listen to what he said, y'all.
Please pay attention. He's not just throwing out numbers.
Now, this is what I've been in the heavy towing and heavy transport for 27 years. So I've been up and down the road once or twice.
Somebody just asked Mr. Nick. They asked, I think that it was about storage locations for.
Okay, yeah.
What about trailer parking locations? What are your thoughts?
It depends on your state.
Exactly.
It's a state. Whoever asked that, I know a bunch of the state laws on that, especially down in this area. So if you tell me what state you're talking about, I can at least either I'll know or I'll be able to point you in the right direction. But when you make these things like this, because state law for for unaccompanied vehicle storage in Texas is a totally different law in Arkansas. And New York and California, forget about it.
Right.
Yeah, that's why they're all parked in New Jersey.
Exactly.
And if you asking a simple question, like basically, what are our thoughts about parking your trailer? I'll be honest, like it's all self. Like right here in Houston, Texas, where I'm at, actually in Crosby, Texas, where I'm located, it's like I pay $100 a month, $25 a week per truck. So I mean, if that's what you action on a real simple note, I mean, it goes back to knowing what it costs to do business, knowing your numbers, making sure it makes sense.
Thank you, Evans, for the $2 super chat. He said, do you have classes on how to be an owner operator? No, not really. No, I don't have classes.
Me neither.
I mean, bro, but just hit us up in the email, and we're not going to.
Your wife already set up your calendar. Stop. Y'all gonna be out here 27,000 emails. Kenny gonna be at home. Why did I say that? Go to Kenny's calendar link before his wife puts some money price on it. Y'all better get your time. Click in there before she figure out how to add that money to it. Then you just gonna be a wrap.
Yeah, if y'all ain't investing, taking the stuff that Erica offers, because even away from here, I don't know if the word gets back to her. I am always pushing her product everywhere I go online, and people, why don't you do? I'm like, dude, because I'm so invested in the actual mechanics of what's going on here. But that's what she does. I mean, I don't teach people from ground zero up. I only normally deal with people that's been in the game for a while and they just looking to step their game up. Them the ones I help. I got a brother now. He's in a world of trouble. He bought 3 quote unquote regular freight hauling tractors and tried to sign up with a specialized hauling company. And I told him, before he even you don't have enough truck. I tried to explain to him, you know what I mean? Dude, you don't have enough truck. And sure as crap, man, this truck ain't no good. No, it wasn't designed to pull 72,000 pounds. You don't have enough axle, you don't have enough transmission, you don't have enough engine. And he burned, because they're going to let you burn the truck up. They don't give a SHIT. They just want that water purification unit from, he pulled 78,000 pound water purification unit from the dock in Corpus Christi to Abilene, Texas, and wonder why he burned this truck up.
That truck dead. When he got to Abilene, it was dead.
So Mr. Nick, I just want to make sure everybody really, because you really saying some important stuff that actually applies to what they're trying to do, even though it's not in your business. So what he just said, it goes to us with the regular semis as well. And why? Because if you try to get in heavy hauling and you don't have a heavy haul truck, you're going to burn your truck up. You're going to burn your truck up. So if you get a regular freight liner, you got a DD13, a DD15, or one of these small motors out here, do not try to get in heavy hauling. You're going to burn your truck up. So what?
But people just heard that money. That's the only thing they heard. They just heard $2,200 to go from Corpus Christi to Abilene. That's all they heard.
That's it.
And they woohoo. And I'm like, no, dude, no. You're not gonna make it. That's the only thing they heard was $2,200, and I ain't even leaving the state. That's all they heard.
So Mr. Nick, let's break it down to them in layman's terms from the side of the business they're trying to get into. So y'all check this out. It's like you having a truck and you trying to take a 20,000 pound load, but it's a much higher offer going to California. The 20,000 pound load that's going to Atlanta from Houston is paying $1,500 to $1,900. That don't sound like a lot of money, but you see one that's paying $5,000 going to California, but it weighs 52,000 pounds, and you got to have an overweight permit for your truck. You're going to initially take that overweight load, but you're not counting in how much fuel it's going to take, and what is your truck equipped to pull. If your truck is not equipped, you should have took that $1,900 load to Atlanta.
Right. And on the reverse side, if you got a monster truck, don't take them light loads, because your truck, that 16-liter engine burns diesel.
Exactly.
And, that truck is heavy. It don't like scaling on regular stuff. All my stuff is permitted. So trying to haul freight with a heavy haul tractor it's insane. You're going to go broke. You'll go broke and nothing flat.
I agree.
Because the price of the truck, and I like when people look and man, I found this used heavy haul tractor. Yeah. Man, it was 8 years old. And I'm like, yeah. And they still wanted $120,000 for it. I said, dude, it's a heavy haul truck. Yeah. It's double frame. It's 52,000 pound rear suspension. You know what I mean? Rockwell axles, 20,000 pound steer. Dude, it's not a freight hauler. It's a road. It's a truck. And no, I don't think, I'm gonna leave this heavy. I've been trying to tell you to stay away from it. I mean, this the way I always say it. I came up with this one years ago. Trying to make a regular road tractor do a heavy haul job, that's like asking your quarterback to play linebacker. He's gonna get killed. you asking your quarterback to play linebacker. He's gonna get carried out in a stretcher before halftime. He's not built to play linebacker.
For sure. Thank you, Franco Ocho, for the $5 super chat. Franco Ocho said he pays $191 in Dallas, Texas for parking. Trent Davis said they charge you to park anywhere. Gladys Noel said, what air cushion? We are trucking virgins. Then we got out here, West Texas. I guess that means T for Texas. Got free parking. Listen, there's nothing free under the sun. You probably in the middle of nowhere. The lot lizard's gonna break in and suck your gas out at the end of the night.
Is that what they gonna do?
I'm talking about the diesel. Okay.
Hey, y'all, in this trucking industry, get that FREE word completely out your vocabulary.
Yeah, ain't nothing free in this game. Nothing. And now when people like out here where because this ain't about me and my business, and I'm not trying to sell anything. I got parking. I got a parking place. I'm trying to expand on it, but still it's and people, and they come out and well, that's a little higher than what it is in Seguin. Okay, then drive 70 miles to Seguin and go ahead and save $40 a month by driving 70 miles to Seguin. But out here where I'm at, that's it. Because all the other big places, if you're not contracted, a lot of the oil field companies, like Platinum Energy, Halliburton, if you're not contracted with Halliburton, they will not let you park on their job site. You need to find your own parking.
Yeah.
And people, they come out, a lot of guys come off the street, jump into the oil field, hauling crude tankers, saltwater tankers, and realize they don't have a place to park. Because once they clear that well, okay, well's done, all the water's gone by. Yep. Well, where am I supposed to park? Where do you live? Well, I'm from Houston. Okay, well, bye.
Goodbye.
and they going, you know, I mean, but we have parking, but we do. It's right. My truck parking place is right next door to my impound yard. So, you know what I mean. That was pretty much a given for me. But get a Peterbilt, it can pull anything. Well, Lando, it all depends on what you got. Sometimes it ain't the skin on the outside; is what you got under there.
And hey, Mr. Nick, I got
Yes,
Peterbilts, and it cannot pull anything.
I got okay. I got a 475 horse Pete with a 13 speed, and I have a 700 horse Kenworth with an 18 speed. Now, which one do you think? You know what I'm saying? Which one do you think gonna pull more?
That
you
cat,
know?
Hey, that cat.
Oh, my Peterbilt is pretty. Oh, it's pretty. It's pretty.
That cat gonna rip the Pete off the Peterbilt.
Yeah, it's gonna pull it. I got an International, a 9900. It has a 600 horse Cummins Signature Series in it with an 18 overdrive in it.
Woo.
Now, it will walk. It'll walk all over my Peterbilt. Now, it's beautiful. It's pretty. It's shiny and all that other stuff. But it'll be on its way back. We'll haul a water purification unit out to West Texas, and you'll be on your way back while that truck's still trying to come through them mountains in Junction.
So hold on, Mr. Nick. Somebody said, do you know anyone retired military with a pension that does trucking? Nick Taylor, the man I have talking right now.
Yeah, you're talking to him.
You're talking to a military retired man who has a towing company. Nick Taylor is hiding his face there because he don't want y'all out here stalking him for his coins. But he be showing his face.
Hey, a lot of people actually know who I am, so which is cool. And I shot a video riding through Erica's neighborhood, said, "Oh, I'm coming through your hood. I'm coming through your hood." And when I sent that video, by the time you responded, Erica, I dropped and I was on my way back.
I know. I'm like, he be just hauling.
But I sent it before I figured you'd see it. While before I made it up there, but
the internet be playing games. Plus,
but you busy. Look, you got stuff to do. I know that. I understand. You got a whole bunch of stuff to do. What years is International? I got 05, 07, 09, and 2 2011s. All pre-def trucks.
Nick,
I only got two def trucks. That's it.
Nick, they crack me up. They calling you country boy accent. Tell them where you from originally.
Detroit, Michigan.
There you go. See, y'all be thinking everybody country is country. That's not true.
Born and raised in Detroit, Michigan.
But once you come to Texas, you can't never get away. We gonna get you one way or another.
Yeah, I always tell people I'm not from Texas, but I got here as fast as I could.
Man,
I love Texas.
I seen a question, Erica. That's kind of one needs to be answered. It's general,
okay, go ahead.
But it's very important. It was about what truck should you get with general? What truck should I use for general freight? I'm gonna be honest with you. In my short time in this first year, everybody got their own preference. To be honest, but I will tell you this: the holy grails in this industry is the Pete's and the Kenworths. But Mr. Nick says something important. Everybody talk bad about International, but one of my owner ops just bought an International, a 2005, and he got that C15 under the hood.
He getting it. C15. Oh, he getting it. He getting it.
You talking about a complete animal. So sometimes if you buying a used truck, it's about what's under that hood, not what's on that label. Now, if you buying a new truck and you want longevity and you want the creme de la creme, get you a Peterbilt or a Kenworth. But if you just want to get the job done, you buying a used truck and you want to work hard, make sure what's under that hood is legit. That's my advice. I mean, a new truck is a new truck, but over 10, 15, 20 years, I'm going Peterbilt or Kenworth.
My Peterbilt, I still have my first truck. I still got it. 98 Peterbilt, still got it. And it's been, transmission been done, gears been done, and engine been changed. You know what I mean? It's been repainted and all that other good stuff. But it does the least. It's kind of like it's a backup truck, if you know what I mean. That truck doesn't roll every day. That truck may not move for 2 months.
Right.
You know what I mean? Or sometimes I'll just drive up. Jesse, drive to Peterbilt next week. Right. You know what I mean? Just to keep it, from sitting. Something else too. Before about engines and this and that and da. Look, I always tell people, if you knew, stay away from Volvos with Volvo engines. Hell, stay away from, if you knew and you don't have a mechanic in your pocket, stay away. PACCAR is a Caterpillar. That's all it is. It's a Caterpillar that they painted black, because with the emissions laws, that's why Caterpillar stopped selling to the general public and sell to the subsidiary, which is called PACCAR, and they take that yellow engine and paint it black and put put it's the same. Don't let the paint fool you. It's the same engine. And most of the stuff is the emissions on the outside that's causing the problems with the engine on the inside. But anyway, back to what I was saying. I'm sorry.
We're going to wrap up these last two because I'm about to put my foot in somebody's butt on the phone. We got to communicate. So last two questions. What do you about Freightliner? What about Freightliner DD15? Do you recommend those?
Well, I think you could answer that.
I have some. I think they do well.
They do well.
Well, but you got to pay attention because I got some that are DD13s. So you start trying to heavy haul something, you're like, whoa, wait a minute. That oversized little piece is a little too heavy. So
and two, with them DDs, again, you better have a in-house mechanic on your team.
Yes.
Because everybody is not working on them DDs. They're not the easiest. Like I said, them ISXs, any mechanic love to work on the ISX. The old school, and it's crazy because what amazed me about trucking, how much more valuable an older truck is than these new ones. Like, people literally go crazy for these older trucks, and it's a reason for it. First off, they're easier to work on. They're less expensive to work on. When something go wrong, it's just like the new vehicles. Think about it. All these computers, when something go wrong with these new trucks, anybody can't work on them.
That's right.
So keep that in mind. You better have an in-house mechanic, because when something go wrong with these, and I can speak like me and Erica really close. When something go wrong with her truck, I know we the people, we around each other that work on them. It's not cheap. Mm-hmm. It's not cheap. You can't take it anywhere. It's going to be specific people that have to work on them DD15s and DD13. So just keep that in mind.
For sure. Yeah. And M. Sway said, "Tell Nick Taylor I live in Nevada for truck parking laws, etc."
Yeah, I sent him I responded to him on the screen, and what he's saying too. Now, I look at like here, like you go south, you go to Laredo. The Caterpillar shop down there ain't real good, but they Cummins shop is good. You come up to San Antonio, the Cummins shop is good. They just slow. You go over to, you go to Austin. The Cummins shop is pretty good. Yeah. And so, so it's going to depend on where you're going to be running out of, you know what I mean? So I'll pick, if it, like I said, like my brother-in-law works at Detroit Diesel. Well, guess what? If that was the case, you know what I'm saying? Because I know I can. Now I got my own. I got a mechanic for basic stuff, brakes and clutch adjustments and stuff like that. But all the big stuff, I take it to the international dealer in San Antonio because that's where I buy my trucks. So they tend to push me to the front of the line.
Hey, Mr. Nick, hold on though, because I don't want them to take that basic stuff and think that it's really basic. Tell them how much that costs for your basic work still.
Oh, what repairs?
Yeah, tell them how much. Run them some of them numbers so they can know that you just said basic because it's a smaller job.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Oil change normally is about $300. Okay. Chassis lube is another. Chassis lube is $90. And that's not for the tow trucks because they take much more grease. That's just your regular road tractor. Brake job is $175 a hub, and of course you got 6 hubs on a regular road tractor. Same thing with a trailer. Trailer brake job, trailer brakes and alignment. You can plan on spending $1,200 to have your trailer brakes done and aligned. $1,200 if you have, unless you have new way. If you got new way axles, which are better, but the parts are higher, add $200 to that.
Well, first, real quick, before you finish talking,
I'm done. I was done.
Okay, I want to thank NQ for the $20 Cash App. Hey, Cash App me, baby. Thank you, Kumar Matthews, for her also Cash App, $5. You can always check her out, her tech writing course and a lot of the videos. Listen, I know one man is getting ready to hop on the road, come towards Austin, Texas, Mr. Kenny. But we put Mr. Kenny's links for consultation inside here. A lot of y'all have some great questions, but best believe this is not going to be no 3-hour show. We got things to do, people to see, and butts to kick. Okay, you know what I'm saying?
And somebody about ready to lock this gate, go do a truck count, lock this gate, and go home.
Okay. and Mr. Nick, I'll be getting with you shortly because we be out there San Antonio way a lot, so I'll be connecting with you as well.
Yeah, I'm between. You know where Cuero is? Cuero, Goliad.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's my area.
Okay, awesome.
We'll talk about it. We'll meet in the middle somewhere for some breakfast. Don't make me come down there, Mr. Nick.
Oh man, I can't wait. I know she's gonna try to abuse me up front. Gonna be try to get all rough, but I'm pretty fast for old man. You gonna catch? I got pretty fast feet.
You gotta come on up here and see Texas Ground Zero now.
I know, but Austin, it's so congested.
You going past Austin? You going all the way up to like Gerald, Texas?
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta get my Torchy's tacos every time I go to
Yeah,
Austin.
they are good. But thanks, dear, for having me do this here.
Sure.
And I do this every now and again. But some people, and I try to help people, but I tell people, look, I can't carry you from beginning to end. You got to do some,
Sure.
I get you as much info as I can, but then I point them. But like I'm saying, I'm not kidding. I always tell them, dude, you need to sub to Erica Williams, period. Just freaking do it.
Y'all, you know when we leave the channel too, help me fight Skynet, right? You can shadow ban me, but you can't shadow your lights. All right, you guys. Kenny, good luck on your drive. Stay safe. Nick
Be
Taylor,
safe, brother, man.
Y'all can find Nick Taylor on Nick Taylor's channel at what?
Nick Taylor. that's my YouTube channel name, Nick Taylor.
Thank you, Apple Mac, for sharing Kenny's link for his Calendly link. Y'all better get in there and load it up before his wife make it $27,000. Y'all better get in there. All right,
5-6 people here on your thing that subs on my channel.
There you go. See, listen, Nick be out there wilding though. So anyway, all right, you guys. This is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog, author of The Smartphone Millionaire. Thank you for coming to Trucking Tuesday. Oh, wait, Nick, before you go, what's your overall state of trucking this year? Your thoughts, closing thoughts?
It's looking kind of bad because I'm judging it by the amount of trucks that still got good registration that's sitting in my yard.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? That the police are having us pick up for being abandoned and all kind of stuff.
Right.
And not junk trucks, got current registration and everything. We even picking them up loaded, still full of cargo. See,
that's them drivers that need their A-book, dropping it off like that.
Yeah, but know what they do? Then I had a company called. Well, we told them we is gonna pay them. We ain't paid the drivers in 2 months, but we told them we is gonna pay them.
Listen, you can't not pay them by Friday. It's like
I don't say, but I keep telling them I can't say anything because you're talking on my impound side. I can't talk on that. You know what I mean? But
right.
they don't get it. I got a yard full. I had to open another yard just to hold impounds for big trucks.
Wow.
I haven't seen it this bad since 2008 when the 2008 deal went bad. It's starting to look like that right now, and winter's coming.
And let me trip them out real quick before we get off, Erica. Now you see how Mr. Nick saying how bad it is, but historically,
it's still good though. Overall, it's still good.
There you go.
Right now,
yes.
So it goes back to what I said. Have your finances right, and you can be very profitable in this business, man. Y'all stay positive. I'm thankful and grateful for being here, man. Erica's a sister to me, actually headed to meet her now, and you guys be cool out there.
Thank you
so
so
safe,
much,
brother, man.
Be good.
All right.
But yeah, you guys, I just want you guys to understand. I'm gonna kick you out, Kenny. All right, later. So Nick, we'll do a separate video on that.
Sure.
Here, not right now because I'm about to get on the phone and get ugly. You know, I can be nice, Erica, but then they make me have to be Miss Williams. And
well, you're gonna have to work awful hard to be ugly. So yeah.
Thank you, I appreciate that. But yeah, there is a balance to it. Right now, rates are up. It's busy, but Kenny's right.
Yes.
You guys don't got your money together. If you don't pay these drivers, you have to understand we've trained these drivers to get paid on Friday, every Friday at 9 a.m. If they don't get their money, JG Wentworth, they big booty Betty girlfriend back home, puts their stuff outside. I mean, just crazy. So you have to understand.
JG Wentworth, oh, them commercials again, having me dying laughing.
You know, it can be a nightmare. So I can understand these guys abandoning trucks. And Nick, I'm gonna do a whole nother video on how I keep meeting guys who are working for I mean, be careful, foreigners and getting paid cash, and then they keep cash advancing themselves to the point where they driving for free.
Yep.
They don't even have no paycheck. They just driving and asking for money for food. So I've got guys come to me like, hey, Miss Williams, can you just go ahead and cash advance me my check so I can eat? And I'd be like, you ain't got money. I need like $50 a day to eat. I'm like, baby, you need to go get you some bread and some sandwich meat and quit playing with me. Because this is how you got caught at your last company for 2 years.
It don't take, I can eat on less than $20 a day. I can.
Listen, we'll talk about that in another video and how important it is. If you're a company owner, you need to have capital. If it wasn't for the reserve capital and the mix between investors and my other businesses, part of this year might have got real ugly, Mr. Nick, but we'll talk about that on another show. But
you're gonna have me singing that JG Wentworth commercial in my head all day.
Listen,
it's my money and I want it now.
I'm almost through it, Nick, right now, but I almost had to sue a factoring company. They were held $40,000+ for 3 weeks.
Oh no.
Not many companies can make it through that, but see, people on YouTube think Eric ain't got no money, so you don't know what we got, you don't know what we're working with, but that's okay. Not many people can pay cash out of their own personal savings to take care of drivers, a company, and repairs for a month. But
that's right.
But I'm poor, so don't listen to me. I'm just some broke girl on the internet. So
yeah, I always tell people, hey, look, I'm equipment rich and cash poor.
There you go. Me. I ain't got no money. I'm poor. I ain't got no money. Anyway, we'll do this again at some point later in the week before I go on my sabbatical, because I'm going on my sabbatical soon, right?
No.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. We'll chop it up. But all right, this is your girl Erica from the Classy Climb blog on my Trucking Wednesday update. We will do another video later this week. And Mr. Nick and me will talk about the downside of trucking, but you still can profit in downtimes.
Yes, you can.
And that's what we'll talk about on the door. All right, you guys. Later, Mr. Nick.
Thank you. Bye.